Dear boomers, there is a truth about aging that most of us eventually discover. It is a truth we often try to avoid when we were young. But as the years unfold, it becomes impossible to ignore. And the truth is this: each of us must face living and dying from the inside of the life we are given. No one could live your life for you, and no one can walk the inner road of your experiences. And yet, no one can make it alone. Please subscribe to the channel and join the Dear Boomers community. This paradox lies at the very heart of what it means to grow older, the interior life. As we age, something subtle begins to shift. When we were young, most of our attention is directed outwardly. We build careers, we raise families, we pursue ambitions, and we try to establish ourselves in the world. But as the years accumulate, life gradually invites us inwardly. We begin asking deeper questions like this: who am I, really? What matters now? And we slowly begin to understand that the most important journey is not the outer one. It is the inner one. And that is what we discover when we get older. Every person must walk this interior path alone. No husband or wife can walk it for you. No friend can walk it for you. No child can walk it for you. The inner life is profoundly personal. But that does not mean it must be lonely. In fact, many of us who live alone are not lonely at all. The epidemic of isolation, though, is real. One of the great tragedies of modern life, especially for older adults, is social isolation. Millions of people reach retirement and suddenly discover that the structures that once connected them to others are gone. Work disappears, children move away, friends pass on, the phone becomes quiet, the days become long. And many people slowly withdraw from the world. Many people also go back to work. Not because they want to, but because they feel forgotten. And getting out among them, as my father used to say, is one of the greatest healing balms that there is. Now, we may not feel connected. We may feel invisible. Yet the human heart was never designed to live in isolation. We are wired for connection. And when that connection disappears, something essential within us begins to fade. Why no one makes it alone? Nobody does. Nobody does make it alone. There is a deep spiritual truth hidden in this. Even though we must face life and death from within our own experience and our own psyches, we are not meant to travel the journey alone. Think about the moments in life that changed you the most. Perhaps someone sat with you when you were grieving. Perhaps a friend listened to you when you were most confused. And perhaps someone simply showed up when you needed it most, and when you needed them particularly. These moments of shared humanity are not small things. They are the very fabric of what keeps us alive inside our soul. Connection does not remove the hardships of life, but it gives us the strength to endure them. And we feel that we are connected, and that makes it a lot easier to go on. Now, we talk a lot about physical health as we age. We talk about medications. We talk about doctors and exercise and diet. And all of those things do matter. But there's another kind of health that is just as important. Inner health. Inner health is shaped by the depth and the frequency with which we continue to love and care. Love unconditionally and care unconditionally. Love is not just a romantic idea. Love is an energy. It is an act of remaining open to others. And when we do so, our heart keeps opening and opening and opening. The act of remaining curious about life, the act of caring for someone beyond yourself. And when love disappears from our lives, something inside of us begins to shrink. But when love continues to flow, and even in small ways, the heart remains alive. So love is really the answer to this inner life, which we can start to nurture when we are young. How can we continue to love? As we age, love often changes form. It may no longer look like raising children or building careers. Instead, it might look like, for instance, listening deeply to someone's story, helping a neighbor who needs support, sharing wisdom with someone much younger than yourself, and caring for a pet who depends on you. But in reality, we depend on the pet, and offering encouragement to a friend, or simply showing up for another human being. These small acts of care may seem insignificant, but they are not. They are the medicine of the human spirit, and in that kind of simplicity, we thrive. So it's very courageous to stay open. One of the greatest challenges of aging is the temptation to close our hearts, to kind of go unconscious. Life inevitably brings loss, especially as we get older. Our friends seem to be dying every day. Bodies weaken, friends die, dreams sometimes fade, and after enough loss, it can feel safer to just withdraw. But the real work of inner health is the courage to remain open, to continue to love, to continue to care, and reaching out towards others makes us feel alive. Even when it feels risky, because every time we open our hearts, we reaffirm the meaning of our lives. Sharing the journey is very important too. The beautiful truth is this: even though each of us must live and die from within our own experience, when we share these things, it feels like a whole new world opens up, and we can walk beside each other, we can hold each other's hand, and we can listen, and we can care. And that is what the Dear Boomers community is all about. We have a Dear Boomers Cafe every other week, and I think it has helped all of us. We look forward to it. It's a wonderful way to be together, even though we're not together in the same room. We are in a Zoom room, which has bolstered all of us up since the COVID vaccine, or the COVID virus. So there you have it. I love you all. Bye-bye.